All right, three, two, one. We are live. What is up, everyone? Hope you're having a nice and productive week. Welcome back to the Referral Partner Acquisition Show and the Referral Partner Acquisition Group. If you're new to the show, my name is Willa Nagnos. I've been doing this for the last 7 years. I've been helping loan officers successfully grow their mortgage business, specifically helping them grow their referral network. And I'm here live every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern. So if you want me to answer any questions live, this is the time. If you find today's episode valuable, please let me know by slapping that like button. And if you have any questions, want to answer it again, please drop that in a comment down below. Otherwise, in 2 weeks, you'll be seeing this on YouTube. So, today's topic, we're going to be going over something that if you have been a mortgage professional for a while, and a good one per se, this is something that you're probably already doing. Or if you're a new loan officer or a struggling loan officer, this is something that you may not have even considered. And that's tracking your metrics. Wow, that sounds boring, I know. However, tracking your metrics is the best way to find the gaps in your business and to fill them, or to find problems and to fix them, or to find weaknesses and improve them. That's another way of saying tracking your metrics. And so you're probably wondering, well, what am I supposed to track exactly? Well, the amount of calls you make per day, the amount of messages you send per day, the amount of emails you send per day, and then categorizing it into what's initial, what's a follow-up, what's post-appointment, what's pre-appointment, and so on. So I'm going to share with you guys a graph that we made, and hopefully it kind of provides you some clarity on what you need to be doing. Now, again, if you are a seasoned loan officer or mortgage broker, you probably already do this. You track your KPIs. I know that sounds boring, but it's got to be done. It's honestly how we've been able to deliver on our promise to our clients, our loan officers and brokers that partner with us. It's really been our way to figure out what works, more importantly, figuring out what doesn't, and building off of that. So without further ado, let me share my screen. All right. So this is the business growth cycle. This doesn't just apply to mortgage businesses. This really applies to anything. And maybe this will resonate with you. So 1, 2, 3. Step one in this entire process is taking action. A lot of people stop here because they're afraid, they are discouraged, they're unsure, they're uncertain, but take action. Taking action and being wrong is much better than not taking action at all. So, this is the starting point. It represents implementing your strategy, even if you made it up. Even if you made it up and you're not sure if it works, that's basically the first step. So, the action step is representing any implementation to the strategy or any action intended to grow the business. Essentially, it's putting your plan into motion. So, for example, if your action plan is to connect with 20 real estate agents on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram per day, those are the action steps. And you have to do that every day, or let's say 5 days a week. Those are your actions. And by stopping after 2 weeks because you got busy, by stopping because you feel like it didn't work, because you got discouraged fast, that's stopping the action. So you have to take the action steps and be consistent. Just like working out, you have to be doing things consistently, not trying it for 2 weeks and then giving up. 2 weeks is just getting into motion. So taking actual action steps. Quick water break. Number 2, gathering data. So this involves collecting relevant data to measure the impact of your actions. I'm going to repeat that. This is now data that measures the impact of your actions. The type of data you collect depends on your specific actions that you took. So back in my initial example, if your goal is to connect or attempt to connect with 60 realtors per day, let's just say realtors, for example, on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, then those are the action steps that you are taking. So for a month, let's just take a month, for example. For a month, you're testing 5 days a week, every week for a month. You are attempting to connect with 20 agents on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Hell, throw TikTok in there. And after a month, you are now going to look at this data that you've gathered. Now, you're going to have to look at how many attempts you made. Did you max out your attempts? Did you make it a 20 per day or 20 per platform per day? Did you get busy and all of a sudden you can only do 5, or you skipped a day? Or gather the data. So after a month, I'm not going to do the quick math, but after the month, you've done a total of X amount of initial outreaches. You've gotten X amount of people to connect back with you or follow you back. You've gotten X amount of people to reply to your outreach. And you've gotten an even smaller amount to book appointments with you. Hell, if you really did this right, maybe you even got a referral from a realtor, from an agent in the process. So the last metric would be how many referrals did you get? So look at all that information and figure out, okay, for example, there's something that you want to look into. I did this many action steps and it got me 1 referral. That means if I doubled my action steps, then I should get 2 referrals. Hypothetical. So you're gathering data to figure out, is my connection rate not good? Is my reply rate good? Are people connecting but not replying? Or are people not connecting at all, which is stopping them from replying in the first place? Am I getting people to reply, but they're all saying no thanks? That means I'm not getting as many booked one-on-one calls as you could be, which means you're not getting as many referrals as you might be. So figure out all that data from a month's worth of your own marketing, your own outreach, and that's the data you're going to work with. That brings us to number 3, making optimizations, analyzing the data to identify what worked and what didn't, / what needs improvement. The goal is to make things more efficient and effective. I kind of jumped the gun, but looking at your outreach rate, connection rate, follow back rate, reply rate, appointment booking rate, and then from there, appointment complete rate. So there's appointments booked versus appointment complete. And then from there, referrals earned, or anything in between that. So look at the weaknesses. Let's say, for example, on the same example that we're talking about, let's say you're getting a lot of people to connect, you're getting a lot of people to reply, but the roadblock is 90% of people who are replying are saying no thanks. I'm not interested in working with you. I already have a lender. I already have 10 lenders. I already have 3 lenders that I've been working with for the last 30 years. I only work with in-house lenders. I'm not interested. Lenders never refer me business, so I don't even want to talk to you. I've heard it all. We have an in-house lender. I can keep going. So maybe you got to make optimizations in your messages that pre-handle those objections that you're getting. Now, I've been doing this for 7 years. I know there's a way to pre-handle these objections and get them less to get more appointments. That's what I've been doing full time for 7 years straight. So I'm in a very unique scenario. Not a lot of people have done that or focus on that, but I do. And so when you're doing this on your own, you got to make those optimizations. Figure out, okay, if everyone's saying no thanks, or they're giving me objections, maybe right before the message that I'm sending before that, maybe that needs tweaking. So make those tweaks, make those optimizations, and then take action for another month. And then gather that data from that next month. And then look at the data and make optimizations. And then take action. And then gather information. And then make optimizations. And take action. And then do this again. And do that again. And you can literally do this until you feel comfortable and put your feet on your desk and be like, everything is really as good as it possibly can be at the moment. You can always take more actions. You can always gather more data. You can always make more optimizations. but you can always take a break once you have reached your initial goal. So if your initial goal is to get 5 referrals per month, well, maybe go through this business growth cycle until you've reached that. Then take a break and then go back to this. See how you can improve even more, take more actions, gather more data, make more optimizations, take even more action, and try to get to 6 referrals per month, or 7, or 8, or 10, or 20, or 100. A lot of people don't do this because it's a lot of work to track your information. So, the easiest thing I would tell you to do if you're not tracking this information is to get a CRM. Or you could open up an Excel sheet or a Google sheet and do it all manually. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. When I had started my business 7 years ago, plus 7 years ago, 7 plus, I did things on a Google sheet and Excel sheets and worksheets for the first year. And once I systemized my process, I was able to take more actions while spending less time taking those actions because I was systemizing things now. I was able to gather more data because I didn't have to plug it in manually. It was the CRM was gathering it and collecting it and organizing it for me, which made my only actual task making those optimizations. That was the only thing I had to spend time doing and figure out what worked versus what didn't, what needs to be thrown in the trash, and what needs to be doubled down on. But the actions are taken automatically and the gathering of data is done automatically when you have a system. Okay. Let's see if we have any questions down in the chat. Otherwise, that's really all I have for you guys today. Nope, no comments. So if you do have any comments later or questions later, you can drop them here in the Facebook group, the referral partner acquisition group. If you're not in, you should join the referral dash, not hyphen, the referral dash partner acquisition group. Anyone can join. It's free. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's on YouTube 2 weeks later. All right. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not in the group, then go into the group. The group is linked in the YouTube description and check out any new videos. You don't have to wait on YouTube for 2 weeks. Check out the new ones that I'm doing right now, live. So that's all I really have for you guys today. I wanted to create awareness that this is what a lot of people just aren't thinking about, especially new loan officers. They're not thinking about tracking. They're just thinking about getting leads and getting leads and getting leads. But the problem with that is if I give you leads in 6 months, is your problem solved or do you now need more leads? You don't want to just take fish. You want to be taught how to fish so that you can eat forever. That sounded wise, so I'm going to leave it at that. So thanks for joining me on today's episode of the Referral Partner Acquisition Show. I hope you guys did find this valuable. If you're struggling to get referral partners, comment help below or just me. Comment whatever you want. I don't care, guys. Just comment something and I'll reach out and we can have a conversation. Maybe we can have a call and see how we can help. Nonetheless, I love all of you. Have a great rest of your week and take action, gather data, optimize, and repeat. See ya.